Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. This morning, we want to look at this explosion at Alagbado, Lagos. It happened minutes ago. We're going to go through it now. One boy, a 15-year-old, has died. I don't know if I'll play all of it, but I want you to just hear what's been discussed, and we just want you to just see what's going on. Those aspirants, those southern aspirants, if they had any thinking faculty, all of them, they will be addressing this issue. They would be making steps to make sure that this kind of explosion, this kind of, the lack of infrastructure is something that they are actively doing. So you can demonstrate, you can pin and say, right, this is what they're doing. Real proper work to fix it. But what they will do is, no. Vote for us, we will do it. It's all a lie. Tinubu has given 50 million to Niger and Niger State, Katsina State, Zamfara State. 50 million each. 50 million naira each. How many people, how many states in the south has he given any money? Now let's watch this explosion. Listen to this. Watch.
How come by that hour the boys around here at this area?
We wouldn't know, but it was alleged that some boys were scooping.
Probably he joined them. Allegedly.
It was alleged.
So here, the boy was scooping, the 15-year-old boy was scooping oil and he got burned to death. And why are they scooping? Because the system has impoverished our children. They were scooping oil and it got burned. What is a 15-year-old doing scooping oil? What? Ashiwaju, Sonwolu, Dapo Abiodun, because all of three of you, you are all APCO. You need to answer that one. If you cannot solve this, if you cannot deal with this, you cannot solve a problem in the south, and you are talking to us to vote for you as a president. You can see that nothing is going to work under this. Like, let me get a picture of Ashiwaju so you see what I'm talking about. Yesterday, some big wig decided to go and let me bring him here. Yeah, some there you go. You see, that's Ashiwaju there. I'll make it smaller on the side. So as we're talking and watching this video, I want it to be front and center in your mind to see that the man that is saying, yes, I will do it, I will come and do, this is what he's doing now. Some man from some Hausa man is given 100 million naira nomination form. The life of a 15-year-old, your Ashiwaju cannot deal with. Your state governor, someone who cannot take care of and ensure that child never has to go and take oil, scoop oil, and get blown up in an explosion from the oil tanker. Plus, and then the destruction of property. Plus, the fact that for the 100 million they're giving you, it will pay the wages of 3,000 people, minimum wage of 3,000 people. But you're telling us to believe in one Nigeria. Just keep watching. Let us play this thing now. Let's play it. 1 second.
It was true or not, the dead body was recovered.
Now, what are the measures we have made now since you are coming here?
As we are seeing, they are transporting the remaining contents to the underground tanks of that filling station. Why those ones on the two sides of the drainage, sides of the road, are being blanketed, which has been rendered impotent, ineffective. So it can't explode, it can't cause any danger to the
too late, it's already happened.
So immediately the transporting is completed, then the emergency phase have been concluded. Then they will just remove the carcass of the tanker away from the part of the area.
Okay, we're also hearing that the community members in this area are probably agitating that they should block the entrance of the air exit. What is your own take?
Well, I wouldn't say anything. I heard it and it was reiterated by the LCDA chairman. It's not within our purview, and the portion where this incident happened was not part of the area they claimed. I wouldn't say the portion where this incident happened, they claim deaths are being recorded on a daily basis, which we can confirm. So that side will be handled by them.
Okay, sir. What's your message generally to the negotiation? Because we're having these incidents one too many.
Yes, incident of crashes like this one ought not to have happened because there is no cause for hold up, there is no cause for anything, but it could be technical, human error. With what we have seen, human error. Maybe we didn't negotiate well. However, the general message is that we should be safety conscious. You know, we are going to rainy season. With the rates at which we are recording rainfall now, that means we need to be very, very safety conscious and prepare listening to radio and television stations for daily weather forecast to prepare ourselves before leaving our houses. And we need to inform our children to be careful, not to play inside rainfall. And the school authorities are advised also to do the same.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
You see, all of that is not going to bring the life of that child back, is it? All of that. Let me make sure we keep putting Asiwaju's picture there, because he's the one who wants to run for your presidency. But he's not come out and said anything about that. His own people, but he will run to Niger State. He will run to Zamfara. He will run to Kaduna. Pay them 50 million naira. 50 million naira for explosions, market destruction. But he goes silent when it comes to you. But they want you to say, Asiwaju is the president in 20. We don't want Nigeria. We need to break it up. Break it up. Now, it's time for us to go. Yoruba nation must stand. These people they don't have your interest at heart. Now, let's watch it on.
Can I speak to you, sir?
If you want to record
Good morning, sir. Please, can you introduce yourself?
My name is Ibrahim from National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA.
Okay. Sir, for those who are not aware of what happened here, can you briefly tell us what happened?
Well, it was an incident of a tanker laden with 45,000 liters of PMS. It crashed around two.
Why don't we have pipes to reduce drastically this? We have oil in our land. It's not like we don't have oil. Why aren't we not having these things piped so it reduces the risk of traveling and moving it from one place to the other and cause this kind of explosion? Why? Especially when we have terrible road infrastructure, we don't have fire safety. There's no fire engines, with water, at very critical key areas. We don't have fire service, viable fire service. Pipes, we need. Let's listen on. Break it up. Just break it up. We have to go for Yoruba Nation. Referendum now. We are being killed in our own land by those who are not indigenous to our land. They want our land without us. They want to take our land from us and make us their slaves or get rid of us completely from our own land. It's time we woke up.
205-206 this morning. The content of the tanker spilled down to Ogun State from Lagos State end to Ogun State. Fortunately, we were able to mobilize the fire services of the two states.
There's no fortunately anything. A child has died.
They both fought it from the two ends of the states of the border town, and it was contained as fast as possible. However, before the information got to us, we learned some boys were scooping the fuel before the arrival of fire service.
You see, why are children 15-year-olds scooping fuel? Because the state government of Lagos and Ogun State are not providing viable employment opportunities. They're not creating job enabling environments. What do I mean? Let me break it down. What I mean is this: a state where you have good roads that are running, where you have 24/7 electricity, where there's water, where there's light, where there's hospitals. Those things will create jobs. Maintenance of those infrastructures alone will create jobs. Meaning, as the kids are leaving school, going into university and then going to the job market, there are jobs. We are creating an economy that is feeding and taking, running itself, because we have the resources, we have the human resources, we have the know-how to combine all of those things together so that our economy can run itself. That's not what we have now. That is why we are talking about going for Yoruba Nation, referendum now, Biafra Nation, and Middle Belt. We need to break it up. We are tired of the excuses. Nigeria will never work because it is a slave camp for indigenous people, set up by colonials, now taken over by the non-indigenous Fulanis. Enough of this nonsense. Break it up. Excuse me. Now,
from that process, we didn't know what happened, what led to the fire from Ogun State end. So the fire now find its way back to the source of the explosion. That was how it got exploded. At the end of the fire incident, the firefighting, a body of a 15-year-old teenager, Oluwatobiloba Lawal, was recovered and is been taken to.
May his soul rest in peace. Oluwatobiloba Lawal, a 15-year-old, scooping oil. Excuse me, 1 second. I need to just do a game. 1 second, please. 1 second. Okay, let's carry on. Oluwatobiloba Lawal, may his soul rest in peace. May his soul rest in peace. The environment, we do not have a viable social environment for our people, and most certainly for our children. A 15-year-old should be in school. It shouldn't be out scooping oil. The state has failed our children. The coming generation failed the entire the people they're meant to serve. They failed the citizens. On this evidence alone, let's watch on.
He's been taken to a morgue with 2 of his relations to claim the body back.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, with the frequent occurrence of tanker explosion in Lagos, what can you say is the cause for these frequent incidents?
Well, majorly they are human error.
No, you see, I disagree totally with that. The roads are not equipped enough to make sure that the tanker, the likelihood of any tanker exploding is zero. They have tankers in the UK here on applies the road. Do they explode all the time? They don't. The high frequency suggests to me the infrastructure is not there. And the fire service, if you're going to have those things running, you should have fire service at certain key points on the motorway so that they can actually put this out as quickly as possible. And also, the training of have the staff been trained as to how they contain fire? If the roads are bad, then it makes it more likely. Look, the tanker is on its side. It's on its side. And they just blame and say human error. It's not solving the problem. The problem is the lack of infrastructure. This is why we're talking about referendum now. Break it up.
Because the mechanical aspect of it had been handled about 2020 when a multi-stakeholders meeting were held between DPR, former DPR, road safety, NEMA, and some critical stakeholders.
So why is it that there are more deaths happening daily? They've not been dealt with. Just writing a report does not actually mean you solve the problem. What critical actions have they been? Have the roads been improved to such an extent that they are reliable? There's no potholes. It's being regularly maintained. Have we got fire service stationed at very regular intervals to make sure that if there's anything that's happening, if they're applying the roads, that they can get there quickly? There's no proper planning. We don't have pipes along. Do you have pipe-borne water along the road, the length of the whole motorway system, so that the firemen can can just plug in and put the fire out? These are questions that we are asking. Listen on.
Especially police disaster management unit, where we found out some of the technicalities were
Grammar. That's all grammar. The system has failed. You cannot cover this up anymore. It has failed.
found out to be wrong, and that correction was made. So you can't see the Ketty vehicle.
There is no correction has been made. The evidence of any correction being made will be reduction of the explosions on the road, and clearly that's not the case. People are saying it's happening every day. People are killed every day. Explosions are happening regularly. That's what they're saying.
Carrying any of this product again, and in the past you see any sort of vehicle that carries products, but with this stand now, we look at it.
The reality speaks different to what you are saying. We simply do not believe what you're saying. We simply don't believe it.
Stability of drivers, we look at it again. We convene another meeting. Very soon, a national conference.
You see, meeting. There's no plan of action after your meeting. It's just a waste of breath. Break it up. Yoruba Nation must stand. Biafra Nation and Middle Belt must stand. No more talk. Enough of this nonsense.
To be convened by NEMA to look at all these instances and manage it.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
All of that is just grammar. It's not dealt with the thing. Look at the fire. Like I said, do they have pipes? Why don't we have pipe-borne waters across the network across the entire nation? That's what they do in the UK. That's what they do. You say you're democracy. Now they now put a cordon. I mean, this is nonsense. It's medicine after death.
So we just heard from Nema DG here in Lagos, who said the incident happened around 2:05 a.m.
Listen to what the locals are going to tell you. That is the reality on ground. But your Ashiwaju, the Ashiwaju or whatever they want to call him, they are busy getting money together for nomination forms. The lives of the people that they're supposed to take care of is being wasted on a daily basis, needlessly.
This morning, he confirmed one casualty. We'll be talking to others very soon, but the situation here is under control. We have men from NEMA. We have men from the Ogun State Fire Service.
This is what happens. Look at the motorway, Lagos Ogun Expressway, I think it is, because it's in what's that place called? Anyway, it's anyway. I think it's Alagbado. Is it Alagbado? I think it is. Anyway, the fact that the roads are, look at the state of the roads alone. Look at the state of the roads. Let me back up a bit so you can see the state of the roads. So you see, with potholes like this, oh, you can't see that. Let me see if I can. I'm trying to see if I can make this bigger. Let me go back a touch. You may not be able to see it. I'm seeing it, but
So money got the process of the fire.
if you look at the bottom of the screen, there's a big pothole there that you can see around about here. Let me see if I can do something with that. 1 second, please. Because I want you to see this thing. I don't want to just, when I'm saying it, I want you to, I'm trying to give you reasons why we need to go for Yoruba Nation. We cannot accept this nonsense talk anymore. That's better. Now you can see it. Now, let's go back again. So now, here we go. Now, watch this. So you can see that pothole there. On a road. That is enough to get a tanker to roll over. If you have bad roads, it will impact the ability to have a smooth running service of any kind, including sensitive, dangerous things like this tanker. And what still, to not have fire service engines positioned at regular intervals with pipe-borne water across along the motorway and into the local environment. Water is an essential thing that they can use to put it out before it grows. It just spreads. And the child that was killed now, may his soul rest in peace. That young 15-year-old, he should be in school. But your Ashiwaju is now busy telling you, yeah, okay, we've got somebody to give us the money and the Fulani man. What interest does that serve? Does that serve the interest of the local people here? Let's be honest with ourselves. This is why we're saying no to 2023 elections. It's a fraud. They already now, before the election, they can't fix what is on ground. It will just get worse. They will just continue to just talk and take no action.
Yeah. How we so money got the process of the fire.
Are you trouble now?
We're going to take them to the scene of the man.
Can you just quickly explain to me what happened? What happened there?
What happened is that my name is Kumida Adejubo, and in the process of fire got it, a lot of shops got bombed.
Can you speak louder?
Look at the state of the road behind him. Look at the state of the road behind him. This is really enough of this nonsense. Break it up. Join hands. I implore you, us, Southerners, Middle Belt, set up vigilante groups. Protect yourselves. Stop. Do not vote in 2023 elections. Demand for your right. The sovereignty belongs to you. Demand for your right via referendum. That's the only way to solve this. Elections is not the solution to the problem we have. It's separation via referendum. Separation via referendum.
Sorry, you can join us.
Okay, this resident here is taking us to.
Look at the road. Just look at the road behind around this guy. Look, and you wonder why a tanker will not fall over, and you wonder. Look at the road behind him. Look at the road behind him. Enough of this nonsense. Break it up. We must break up contraction Nigeria. It's a fraud, and we need to go our separate ways. Now, let me just, I'm going to put this here. So I'm going to put that there. And we demand for referendum. I'm putting those out there as we're talking. That's above my head. Ladies and gentlemen, as you're watching, please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Go ahead and click the red button. Click the notification button. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube, the platform where we speak truth to power. The time has come for us to really stand up for ourselves. Nobody else will do it for us. The best way forward for us is referendum. No to the 2023 selection. It's not an election, it's a selection. They've already decided who's going to be the next president. They're just trying to pretend that they're having a process. It's just a charade. What we want is a referendum, nothing else. Referendum is the solution, nothing else. Selection is not the solution. This selection is not the solution. Referendum is the solution. We have the right to self-determination. Listen on. Just keep looking at the roads behind this guy. Just see the state of the roads, and you wonder why a tanker would not. Of course, it would roll over easily. Of the road around the guy.
He's taking us to his shop to see the damage caused.
Now the damage to the shop is what he's going to show you now. So a presidential aspirant, Ashiwaju or Tinubu, over to you. You've given money to Niger. You gave 50 million naira to Niger State. You gave 50 million naira to Zamfara State. You gave 50 million naira to Kaduna. Why is it that the fires happening in Lagos, you are silent? Why? Like this one now. Let's listen now.
This is one of the shops.
You see, that's in the shop. That's the result of that explosion, because the failure to provide good roads. It has impact that impacts the daily lives of the people that you are supposed to serve, and you're telling us to believe in one Nigeria. Please wake up, break it up, break it up.
Morning, flood in the shop, all bought.
You see, and there's no compensation. And there is no compensation for these people with the market owners. Where's the compensation package? There should be a package, a system whereby if something goes wrong, a business gets burned, a system should be in place for them to be immediately compensated within 2 weeks. Not waiting for, Ashiwaju, governor. No, the system. That's why I'm telling you, we do not have a functioning, viable system. The only way to get that is to break up contract in Nigeria and go for self-determination via referendum. Yoruba nation now. Biafra nation now. Middle Belt nation now.
Mọ́mí ẹjọ́ kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bí mà?
Ṣọ́ọ̀bù mi jóná ni ó jóná lóru mọ́jú méjì. Gbogbo ọjà mi pátápátá ló jóná. Gbogbo owó tí mo kó síbẹ̀ tó mi ò kó lọ lé kó má tún já mi lọ́nà. Gbogbo mi ló jóná, mo dẹ̀ yá owó ni. Owó tí mo yá ó lé ní 1 million tí mo fi ra ọjà sílẹ̀ báyìí. Gbogbo tí mo kó jọ náà ló jóná. Gbogbo ilé tí jóná tẹ́kọ̀ ti dà sí pọ́tàn ti.
You see now, all of this now, that's her shop. She leaves her money in the shop and everything is burnt out. There should be a compensation package. But, all of this is not... Look, just break it up. I'm telling you, this is not... The Ashiwaju will not come and deal with. They won't. Or Shibajo, or any of their parents. They are all fraudsters.
Waste ó ti dúró mọ́ gbogbo wọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó ṣe yọ rárá. Owó school fees ọmọ mi gan tí mo ṣàgbọ́n kó tí wọ́n ti jọ Monday mo máa lọ sanwó school fees ọmọ yìí. Ó wà láyé institution, ó wà ní HND pé máa sanwó school fees ẹ̀ níjọ́ Monday 150,000 gbogbo ẹ̀ pátá ló jóná. Mo ṣe dúró yìí sí owó gbèsè owó ilé tí mo fẹ́ san náà ó jó gbogbo everything ló jóná. Kò sẹ́ni sì fún mi, mo dẹ̀ lọ yá owó tí mo fi ń ra ọjà mo ṣe business mo lọ yá owó ni kí má lè jáde kí má lè.
You see, all of this, you will not hear your Ashiwaju come out. You won't hear him. You won't hear him come out and talk about this. So you won't. Now let's listen now.
Ṣàṣẹ́wó ni mo ṣe ń struggle.
Kí lè máa ń tà gangan mà?
Àwọn hot, àwọn wáìnì ńláńlá, àwọn ọjà ńláńlá òun ni mò ń tà. Ọjà tó kéré jù nínú ọjà mi ó lé ní 5,000 ní wáìnì, àwọn wáìnì ńlá gidi òun ni mò ń tà.
Kí ẹ fẹ́ kí ìjọba ṣe fún yín?
Ẹjọ́ kọ́ mi lọ́wọ́ kó ṣàánú mi.
But see, Ashiwaju, you are hearing, they are asking you to help them. The system, there should be a system of immediate compensation to businesses whose, through no fault of their own, like this explosion, damages their livelihood. There should be a system. We shouldn't be waiting for one person to come and help. And that is why I'm telling you, we have no system. We are not a democracy. Break it up. Break it up.
Ọkọ mi ní kò ṣàánú mi àlọ́ àlọ́ ọkọ̀ jọpọ̀ sí ọkọ̀ mọ́ sí mi láyà rẹ̀ ní ẹgbẹ́ àrùn rẹ̀ ní ọkọ̀ mi kọ́.
Kí lórúkọ yín mà?
Adébọ́lá Òdùsọ àlọ́kọ̀ mi. Mò ń sọ́ọ̀bù sọ́ọ̀bù yẹn lẹ̀ ti pọ̀ jù. Tó tẹ́ kí má lè jìyà ni mo ṣe lọ yá owó alájẹsẹ́kù bí mo ṣe dúró gbogbo ra ọjà sí mi bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ọlọ́tọ́ lè ṣe fún ọjọ́ fún mi ṣe lọ́wọ́.
Look, Nigeria is not working. Because every business there should be security for you to. There should be a system whereby there's an insurance system. Every business will be mandated to have insurance, and that insurance will be backed by the government. As soon as something happens, they are compensated within 2 weeks. Not waiting for one man to come and say, "Oh, my savior." No, the system. We don't have a system. You will notice. That is why they are telling you the lie to believe in religion. They are telling you it's pure lies, because they want you to believe in something that does not exist. The fact is that a system that they failed to create to make your life better, to provide roads, water, light, schools, bridges, healthcare for you, and safety, critically. Break it up. Break it up. Yoruba nation now. Biafra nation now. Middle Belt nation now.
Ẹjọ́ kó ṣàn kò sí tí mo ti fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ bí mo ṣe dúró ìṣòwò tó máa fi jẹun kò sí $1 lọ́wọ́ mi $1 kò sí lẹ́yìn ká mọ́ lọ sílé ká fi ọmọ tó padà sí ṣọ́ọ̀bù láti wá ń jẹun ibẹ̀ láti ń mu láti ń jẹ láti ń ṣe everything padà lọ sílé kò sí olùrànlọ́wọ́ kankan kò sí aláàánú kò sí alágbàrú mo ṣe sọ́ọ̀bù pé kí.
Meanwhile, he is going to use 100 million naira to pay for a nomination form. Minimum wage of 30,000 naira. You can get 30,000 naira, 3,000 people, 3,030 people thereabouts will get a month's salary from that 100 million naira. And you tell us to believe in one Nigeria. Please wake up. Wake up.
Okay, we have some marketers here who are taking us around the shop. Mọ́mí, kí lorúkọ yín mà? Báwo lẹ ṣe gbọ́ nípa nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí?
Ẹ ṣé káàárọ̀ ọmọ ìkúṣẹ́. Orúkọ mi ni Mrs. Taiwo Adélájà. Mo ń tajà ní Anisho ṣọ́ọ̀bù ní Yusuf Moto. But ní aago 5 o'clock láàárọ̀ ìwọ́n pè mí. Wípé náà jó lájégún ẹ̀ pé àwọn ṣọ́ọ̀bù. Èmi náà dẹ̀ sáré bọ̀ tá a máa dé gbogbo ṣọ́ọ̀bù yẹn ti jó. Òun ló gba ọdún báyìí. Àwọn owó ọjà ta kó síbí yẹn. Wọ́n tún wá já ṣọ́ọ̀bù gbogbo owó tán. Wọ́n lówó 500,000 lórí tó kó. Wọ́n ti jí kó lọ. Bọ̀dé ọ̀nà tí ò da.
See, the fact of bad roads. You see, this is the consequences of bad roads. When a system fails to provide good roads, the consequences of the tanker explosion has now meant that businesses along those roads have had their shops burnt, and some people have come and stolen some money from there. But the system is not providing them any compensation. But you're telling us to believe in one Nigeria. One Nigeria has failed to provide a system to make the lives of the people comfortable, to make them feel proud to be a citizen of contemporary Nigeria. All Nigeria has done has heaped misery upon misery on the lives of the people. Break it up. Break it up.
Only jẹ́ kí gbogbo ṣọ́ọ̀bù wa lè ṣe ti pọ̀ jù. Òun ló jẹ́ kí gbogbo ṣọ́ọ̀bù kò tó báyìí.
Omi kí lẹ máa ń tà gan?
Búrẹ́dì ni mò ń tà o. Búrẹ́dì ni mò ń tà. Búrẹ́dì gidi ni mò ń tà. Mo máa tún lọ́dọ̀ from company ni mo ti ń gba búrẹ́dì. Gbogbo àwọn mọ́tò ń fẹ́ ajá ọjà fún wa lọ́nà. So gbogbo owó ọjà yẹn kakọ́ síbi ìbọn ìlú bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ. 500,000 mo ní owó gidi tó wà ní owó ọjà 500,000.
Mà kí lẹ rò pé ó fa ìjàmbá ọkọ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀?
Ọ̀nà tí ò da, ọ̀nà yóò da.
Ọ̀nà owó ni ẹ gbọ́dọ̀.
Ajẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yẹn Abẹ́òkúta express road ní Ajẹ́kúnlẹ̀ ti tó gẹ̀ tó bàjọ́ wọ̀sì. Olójẹ́ kí táǹkà mọ́tò.
Bad roads is impacting business. You cannot tell. She just said it. She said the roads are bad. The roads are bad. And that is why a tanker will fall into and roll over on the road. Explosion will begin. People will be scooping oil. Fire will start. This is not how to run an economy. It isn't. One Nigeria is a disaster. Break it up. Break it up. Break it up. We must go for referendum. Say no to 2023 elections. It's a fraud.
Ẹ̀kọ́ ṣubú, odidi fún mọ́tò, táǹkà odidi táǹkì epo, òun ló ṣubú tó ṣubú lulẹ̀, tó wá fọ́ bá ọgbọ́n tó ń fi gbẹ́lẹ̀, tó gbogbo bíbá yìí fi jó, gbogbo owó ló jó, gbogbo ṣọ́ọ̀bù ló jó, búrẹ́dì ni mò ń tà, kọ́ńpìnì mo dẹ̀ ti ń gba ọjà, adẹ̀kọ́ gba àwọn ṣọ́ọ̀bù mi sọ́ọ̀fù bíbá yìí, òun ló tún ló jó mo ṣe, àti jẹ́ gbèsè ńlá lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀.
The businesses should be compensated. They should get the evidence together, pictures, amount, the bank statements, everything, and the government should pay. But this one will be telling you he's busy. Instead of focusing on his own people, he's in Zamfara, he's in Niger State, he's in Kaduna, but his own Yoruba people he ignores. And you tell us to believe in one Nigeria. I beg, come off for road.
So we just heard a lady speak. She's a bread seller over here.
Just before, I'll say this was video by Punch this morning, and I wanted to talk about this because it was really, really, I saw this and I was just like, I managed to catch a bit of it live earlier on, moments ago. But I want to just break it down and make us understand these are the reasons why we need to break away from consumption in Nigeria. The bad roads are impacting the local businesses. You cannot have a viable business. The bad roads mean that people, the young kids, that 15-year-old should be in school because of bad governance. He's not in school. Scooping oil, maybe to try and sell to make a few amount of naira. He dies in the process. The parents now, they've lost a child. He will never grow up to have a family. None of that. May his soul rest in peace. That's because of failure of a functioning system. Nigeria is a failure. It's a disaster. Break it up. Yoruba nation now. Biafra nation now. Middle Belt nation now. We must go for that. The best way to deal with this is via referendum. And we must actively go for that. Say no to 2023 elections. It's actually a selection. Say no to it. Elections is not the solution. Referendum is. Referendum is the only solution. We must break it up.
We'll be recounting all their experiences to you once you are done. Let him come, okay.
Wọ́n pè mí orúkọ mi ní Mariam Isiaka láti ìyàwó. Wọ́n pè mí ní dédé aago 4 ní inú ìlòkò lọ́hùn ni mò ń gbé. Wọ́n ní kí n máa sáré bọ̀ pé wọ́n fẹ́ já ṣọ́ọ̀bù pé wọ́n lè tí ì rí já. But mò ń fi ẹsẹ̀ rìn pẹ̀lú àwọn ará àdúgbò ariwo tí mo pa pé àlá wọn dìde sí i. Àjọ ń fẹsẹ̀ àárí mọ́tò tó ti yé adẹ̀ lọ sí ìgbà tá a máa fi dé wọ́n ti já ṣọ́ọ̀bù. Àwọn ọjà tán láwọn bá mi kó wọ́n ń jí. Lẹ́yìn náà owó olówó owó ọjà tó yẹ kó gbé wá láàárọ̀ yìí.
This is where a system should be in place to protect those shops. Now they said there's a fire. They call them to come. They open the shops without providing protection for the shops. So the stuff is naturally looted. These people must be compensated. Ashiwaju, I hope you are listening. This is for you. Ashiwaju or Tinubu, Sanwo-Olu, Dapo Abiodun, all the three of you, you should pay these people. Pay them compensation. The shop owners, the business owners, they're trying to succeed, to exist and keep, to survive in the terrible conditions that you've left them with the lack of government support. And only for you to now, you're just standing there. You're not going to listen. You pretend as though you didn't hear any of this. This is why we're saying break it up. Say no to 2023 elections. Yoruba nation now. Referendum. You have the right to self-determination. We have the right to self-determination and we have to protect ourselves. The governors cannot protect our people. They failed in the primary responsibility of providing safety and security for the people. Break it up. The best way is via referendum. We vote, we demand, and we are going to actualize a referendum to make sure that we, the people, speak. Our voices are heard. Say no to a fraudulent election because it's based on a fraudulent constitution. The 1999 constitution is a fraud. So no, they came in when they broke the shops down because it was a fire and they broke it and they stole stuff. These people must be compensated. The fact, if the roads were good, they wouldn't be in this situation. Plain fact. The state government, Lagos state government, Ogun state government, and Ashiwaju must bear the responsibility for this fire. Instead of him going, he will be quiet. He will pretend as though he didn't see any of this. His own people in Lagos, between Lagos and Ogun state, his own people. He will not even attend to this. Watch.
Ẹ̀ràn mi lọ́wọ́ ibi ò ní pa yín. Owó àjọ alájọ bí mo ṣe wà yìí mò ń gbà náà ni mo fi ń ta ọjà yẹn. Kì í ṣe pé mi náà ni mo ní owó yìí. Mo gbà náà ni mo fi ń ta ẹjọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run. Ẹ ṣàánú mi.
Kí lẹ máa ń tà?
Mo máa ń ta provision ni mo tà.
Provision wo?
Mi ní biscuit nílò ṣíṣe àwọn páàkì ọjà pálí ọjà. Kọ́dà wọn lọ gbà mí ìwà gan láàárọ̀ yìí lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn tó ń
our roads. Let's this road.
People are looting. People are resorting to looting and stealing because the governance has failed to provide the job-enabling environment. I'm telling you again, break up contract in Nigeria. It's a fraud. The constitution is a fraud. This governance is a fraud. You have the right to self-determination as Yoruba people and Oduduwa people. We must go our own way via a referendum. We demand and we must actualize a referendum. Biafrans, likewise, Middle Belt. Break away from contract in Nigeria. It's a fraud.
It's okay. It's okay for everybody to pass. There will be no problem. This tanker will not fall. This tanker will not fall. This shop will not get burned. So please, we are urging our government to please help us do.
You don't have any government. They are gangsters. You don't have any government. That's the reality. They are gangsters. They are fraudsters. They are there to oppress and suppress you and keep you in darkness. The government that would pay 100 million naira for nomination forms but will not fix roads. Break it up. Say no to 2023 elections. Demand a referendum. Actualize a referendum in the South and the Middle Belt. And we go our own way. Nigeria is a curse. We no longer want to be slaves in our own land. Break it up.
Our road. That is the only thing we are asking for them. Oh. Enough is enough. Thank you.
Every single business there should be compensated immediately. They have records. I'm sure they're collecting some kind of form of taxes from them. They should be compensating them in every single one of them immediately. And the people who are responsible for the roads in that section, they should be called to account for why the roads are that bad. And why are we need to have pipe bond system for water, for chemicals that we're having, so that it minimizes the risk of fire like this. This is poor planning, poor organization, not acceptable.
He
said all the roads are bad.
Okay, you just
That's a tanker there. That's a tanker. They managed to move it.
just heard from some shop owners who were affected by the petrol tanker explosion that happened here at Alagbado, Lagos, along the Lagos-Ibadan expressway. Many of them are blaming the bad state of the road.
Exactly. But then you're coming to say, oh, vote for me, and you'll be better. This is not about voting anymore now. This time now, we need to break apart, break up contraption Nigeria. We're going for Yoruba Nation. We're going for Middle Belt. We're going for Biafra Nation. We need to break up contraption Nigeria, and we need to stand on our own. We have the resources, we have the manpower, we have the know-how. We can build a great nation, a great Yoruba Nation, a great Biafra Nation, a great Middle Belt. Because those who are running this contraption Nigeria, they're intent on enslaving the indigenous people, and we must say no. Vigilante groups, set them up in the Middle Belt, in Yoruba land, and in Biafra. Set them up, protect yourselves. Know who's coming in, who's going out, because they're all in our forest planning to kill us. They're waiting for the order to go in and do mass killings. And this explosions and the bad roads is designed to make sure that we never have space and time to think and plan for a better future for the coming generation. Break it up.
For the accident that happened, they are saying if the road was better, if the express was better.
Look at the roads. Look at the state of the roads. Look at the state of the roads. And the likes of Tinubu and Oshibajo and others will come and tell you to support One Nigeria. What is One Nigeria in this? The benefits of One Nigeria is what you see. The benefits of One Nigeria are bad roads, bad schools, no electricity, no water, no healthcare, no safety, no security. Those are the dividends of this contraction Nigeria. We want no part of it. Break it up.
Better, the accident won't have happened. I'll be showing you some.
Look at open drainage system. Let me go back there. Where's the money for that? Let me forward it. Let me just.
Alagbado, Lagos, along the Lagos-Ibadan expressway. Many of them are blaming the bad state of the road for the accident that happened. They are saying if the road was better, if the express was better, the accident wouldn't have happened.
There you go. Look at that system. Look at that open drainage system there. Somebody has been paid money for that to get that job done. Why hasn't it been done? All of this is not safe for citizens. There's no safety, no security, poor planning, no accountability, no fire service system, coordinated system with sufficient, regular intervals across every motorway to have fire engines no more than 5 minutes away from the scene of the incident to put the fire out quickly, to prevent it from spreading. Break it up. Break it up.
I'll be showing you some sections of the road to show you how bad it is. Earlier, it was confirmed to us that a 15-year-old teenager died in the incident, and the body has been taken to the morgue. I'm live.
Journalist.
I kept telling you I'm live.
See that? Look at that. Look at it. That's a tire from the tanker. The terrible roads. Look at it. See that?
An eyewitness is about to speak to us.
Okay, my name is Comrade Adedoyin Adejubu. And as I was coming from Lekki yesterday night, I got home late around 12 o'clock. And around exact 1 o'clock, we got an explosion. And in that process, the fire did not come immediately. But we realized that immediately the explosion starts, the petrol begin to flow from here. This Lagos State, you are at Lagos State now. It flowed from Lagos State to Ogun State River. So from the point of Ogun State, the fire come to Lagos. And in that process, they lost a guy at the age of 15 years. I think he's preparing for his wife and everything. And in that process, so many shops got burned. In that process, again, some guys, they're busy stealing people's property in that process. But in a nutshell, money lost, life lost, all because of the road that is not good. The abandoned project of Muhammadu Buhari, they've already done the first phase of the road. The second phase of Toge Road is there, neglected. Julius Berger have left that road now. They are no more working. If they can fix this road, I bet you things will work well. Every day people are losing life here. And 3 days ago, people follow one way. People died on that process. 3 people. There is no day they don't record death on this road. It's just because they are hearing this one. Every day people die on this road. And from this toll gate here, from Ajegule here to toll gate, there are some boys that used to distract all these people trailer. In the process of distracting them, they drive anyhow because they want to get money from them. In fact, one of the reasons why this thing got exploded was because some area boys were disturbing the driver on this particular track. Police knows about it. Alagbado police knows about it. Ogun State police and Songo, they knows about it. So all we need now is help from federal government of Nigeria. If they can allow state government to do, state government to fix this road. If they know that they can't fix it, let state government fix it. People are dying here every day. Please, I'm begging. Comrade Adedoyin Adejubu. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. So you just heard from a concerned resident who said he got back from work around 12 a.m. this morning, and no less than 1 hour later he heard an explosion. He said after the tanker dropped. The fire did not start immediately, but the petrol flowed down from this place down to the other end, which happens to be part of Ogun State. This is actually a boundary community between Lagos State and Lagos State. They are blaming the activities of some men who were scooping petrol from
area boys and men scooping. This is the evidence of government failing to provide job enabling environment for the people. If you had good roads, water, light, bridges, facilities, you create jobs and people will be able to get about their business, and there will be no tanker that will be stopped in the middle of the road by area boys. The area boys will be working, doing proper jobs. We don't have a functioning system. Break up Construction Nigeria. Break it up.
The falling tanker to have led to an explosion. The explosion led to the death of a 15-year-old boy said to be preparing for his WAEC. The destruction of many shops here. Women we spoke to earlier recounted how their shops was actually boggled by people, their money stolen, their money burnt, and in most cases stolen from the shop. They are calling on the government to fix the road. The man we spoke to last said the project had been abandoned by Julius Berger. And he's asking that the federal government hands it over to the state government if the federal government cannot do it. We still have men from the Lagos State Fire Service, Lasema Response Unit on ground. The fire has been put under control and we are currently transloading the last tank, which is actually a 45,000 litre tanker. Monitor. Okay, we have another resident. We have someone here who wants to talk to us.
Good morning, my name is Jumai. I've been in this place for the past 10 years, more than 10 years. And for a very long time, this road, like the front here, has been very bad. Even when cars want to pass, it's always a problem, very terrible. This toll gate, even before I moved to this place, I've been hearing tales of how bad this road is. Many times, April, December, a lot of accidents happen here every day. This road now, that has been on other construction for how many years? It was just after this accident that happened this morning that our government is just closing this road. This road that has been bad, even as of yesterday, people were passing this road. Look at it, potholes everywhere. This road. This is a federal road. Lagos to Abeokuta. This road that have been for many years. What is our government doing? I can't see our government is not doing enough. Look at somebody that are born. Who will provide this money for these people? Many people have, the money that got born, there is more than 1 million naira. So people have lost up to 1 million naira in this accident. Our government is not doing enough. Our government they need to do more. They need to do more. This is very, very bad for a country. Look at everywhere. Look at the carelessness of our. It's just because of simple fault. Just a simple fault that not 4 bags of cement. 4 bags of cement will fix that pothole there. 4 bags of cement. But look at it now. Just for that little issue, everything is damaged. I'm disappointed in our government. I am.
So we just read a concerned resident who expressed his disappointment in the government, saying if this road was fixed and in a good condition, this accident would not have happened. On coming here, I noticed the terrible state of the Lagos-Abeokuta expressway, with a lot of buses having to pass one way, drive around potholes. The road is not in a good state at all. We're still live here at Alagbado along the Lagos-Abeokuta expressway, where a petrol tanker explosion happened around 2 a.m. this morning. This is the tanker right here in front of us, and presently they are transloading from the last tank into the underground storage of this petrol station. We've spoken to a number of persons, shop owners, concerned residents, who have all expressed their displeasure in the state of the road. We also spoke to the NEMA DG, who confirmed to us the time the incident happened and casualties involved. One person has been confirmed dead. This is all for me from now. I'll be bringing you more details as the situation develops or unfolds over here. My name is Oluwatobiloba, reporting live for Punch newspaper from Alagbado along the Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway. Thank you.
So, now, this is from Punch, like I said. The reason I'm showing you all of this, now let's put the picture of this one. So let's blow it up. Just see, notice that he's pumping. Sorry, let me just make that quiet. So we'll come back to that. Look at this. Just look at this. People, when you see that, keep in mind what the road was like. Let me go back again.
To show you.
See the bad roads. The bad roads, oh. The state of the roads. That's the road, though. And the Ashwaju that wants you to vote. Let me make it small. The Ashwaju that wants you to vote. That's the road, though. That he never fix. Those are the roads, though. Let me show you even the worst bit of it. So you can see. These are the things that your Ashwaju will not fix, so. See? But they're asking you to vote. They're asking you to vote in an election. It's a fraud. It's a selection. It's a fraud. Say no. We must go for referendum now. Yoruba Nation now. Biafra Nation now. Middle Belt Nation now. We must go for that. Say no to referendum. Say no, beg your pardon. Say no to elections in 2023. Say no to elections in 2023. We must go for referendum. Referendum now. As you see on the screen. Referendum now. That's what we must go for. This is a fraud. We need to break up contract in Nigeria. It is a noose around our collective necks. We must break away from contract in Nigeria. We have the right to self-determination. This is what the road you see is what is happening in contract in Nigeria, not anywhere else. And we need to break it up. Separate from contract in Nigeria. Let the Fulanis and the Hausas keep it in the north if they want. But Yoruba Nation is here to stay. Biafra Nation is here to stay. Middle Belt Nation is here to stay. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen Network, the platform where we speak truth to power. If you get this message, if it resonates with you, please do share, and share. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, please go ahead, subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Here's what you do. Go ahead, subscribe to Citizen AY, hit the notification button, and give us the thumbs up on YouTube. We truly appreciate your support. Please continue to share this broadcast. Let it reach as many people as possible. It's time for us to break away from contract Nigeria. The roads you see is what contract Nigeria has given to millions of us, and we are suffering on a daily basis. Bad roads, bad healthcare, no water, no light, no schools, no bridges, no safety, no airport, no security. I can go on. Contract Nigeria is a disaster. Break it up. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you and goodbye.